Hello everyone, Gaza Mutkarsh, and I welcome you all to the session on data handling in Excel. So guys, let's have a look at the agenda for this session. The agenda for this session includes understanding different text functions, namely upper, lower, trim, pop, proper, and then we are also going to understand the concepts of left, right, mid, replace, substitute, etc., and a couple of other, let's say, text-based functions. So till the previous session, we have discussed about data cleaning and let's say handling missing values, handling duplicates, and let's say we have also discussed the concept of advanced concepts of VLOOKUP, HLOOKUP, index, and match. So guys, let's switch to the Excel screen. So guys, currently over here we are in the Excel, right? So guys, when we talk about text, so to handle text-based data, let's say Excel provides a lot of inbuilt functions. So let's understand these functions one by one. So the first function that we have over here is upper. All right, upper के कुछ examples देखते हैं. Suppose over here I'm having a string. All right, I'm having a string over here called Google. I wish to convert this to uppercase. So how would I write? I'll be simply writing upper, and then I need to pass the text. So my text is C4. So as we can see, this has been converted to uppercase. Very easy function, and let's say one of the most commonly utilized functions. Likewise, we have lower. So अब इसी string को if I were to convert it into lowercase, right? Okay, maybe I can use some other option. So this is let's say Samsung. I wish to convert it to lowercase. So how would I proceed? Over here I can simply write lower, and then I can mention I'll have to mention C5. All right, I have to mention C5, and as we can see I'm getting lower. Now lower not only works on the entire uppercase, but suppose we have something like this. Maybe we have let's say Google India. So I can even convert this to lowercase. How to do this? I'll be simply writing lower, and then I can simply say convert C6 into lowercase. All right, and likewise even for upper, if I have something like this, maybe I'm having, let's say, Amazon India. So I can convert this entirely to uppercase, right? So this is C5. So guys, as we can see how the upper and the lower function works. Upper converts the text into uppercase and lower converts the text into lowercase. Next we have trim and proper. So first we are going to understand, let's say, the concept of trim. So I'm inserting another row just to have some space in between. Then next I'll be moving on to the trim function, right? So what is the purpose of trim? Trim is used to remove extra spaces in the string. So besides the trim function, first I need to show you the length, and then maybe we can understand the trim. So let's see, it's the length function. So suppose I'm having the data like this. This is over here I've mentioned Flipkart. So now what if I'm adding space in the beginning and space in the end? All right, so now this is my data. So if I were to check the length, so the function is length, all right, and length I need to find for C10. So what is the length for C10? It says 18. So do you think Flipkart occupies 18 characters? No, that's not the case, but I've mentioned I've added extra space in the beginning, I've added extra space in the end. That is why the total length is 18. All right, so the function used over here is len, which is used to compute the length. So now once we are familiar with the length, right? Once we are familiar with the length, if I'm using this, I want to trim this. So how would I trim this? And what is the purpose of trim? Trim is used to get rid of extra space on both the ends. All right. So how would I trim this? I can simply write C12, trim of C12. So now it returns Flipkart. So now if I check its length of D12, length of D12 would be 8. Clearly we can see that Flipkart contains 8 characters, and now we have let's say observed its correct length. So guys, this is how we can utilize the trim function. So we have seen how to use upper, how to use lower, how to use the length function, then how to use the trim function. We have another function which is called proper. So what does proper do? Let's say it provides the appropriate camel casing. It provides appropriate camel casing. Let's understand how what does camel casing looks like. Means any word that starts, it would start with a capital alphabet, and all the remaining characters in the word would be present in the lowercase. That is what proper does. So if I'm having something like, let's say, maybe Netflix OTT platform, all right, and this I'm writing like this, Netflix. Okay, Netflix, let's say Netflix and Prime. I'm writing it like this. All right, so this is my data. Now, if I were to use proper, so I'm using proper on C14. So just observe the result. For each and every word, the first character has been converted into uppercase. All right, so this is how proper can be utilized. Now, when we are talking about these functions can be clubbed. Currently, this is what the proper does. Now, what if there was extra space in the beginning and at the end? So if I'm having extra space in the beginning and at the end, so see, this is the output returned. This is the output return. The extra space is retained. It does not deal with the extra space. Now, if I were to deal with extra space, what can be done? So first of all, let's say I'll be trimming it first. I can trim this, right? So I can trim it like this. So this is trim, and then this is the data is present in C14, right? So I'm trimming it first, and then I'll be utilizing proper. So whatever is the result obtained after trim, on that I'm applying the proper function, right? So now if you observe, I'm getting Netflix and Prime without any extra space in the beginning. To check the space, I can use length of maybe E14. All right, and guys, as we can see, we are getting 70. So okay, instead of using it over here, let me utilize it over here. So over here, I'll be checking its length of maybe D12. All right, so this is 8. And for Netflix and Prime, I'll be writing proper, and then trim, and then inside the trim, I'll be writing D50. So this is Netflix and Prime, and here to check its space, what is its length? So this length of D16. All right, and as we can see, the length is 17. So guys, this is how we can use the proper function. Next, moving on to the next function. So we have, let's say, upper lower trim, upper lower length, then we have trim. So we'll come to left, right, and mid part, but first let's understand, let's say, functions such as search, find, substitute, and replace. Then we'll move to left, right, and mid. All right. So over here, if I were to look into the search, as the name sounds, is used to search for a particular character in the string. All right. So over here, if I'm passing my data is data science, or let's call data analysis. All right, over here I'm passing data analysis. Now this is where I'll be using the function. So if I'm searching find text, so find text, suppose I'm searching for the character A. All right, where am I searching it? I'm searching it in G4. All right, and the starting number is 0. So okay, I'll just be writing this. So what does it return? What does it return? Currently it is returning 2. So what does this 2 stand for? This 2 stands for that the first occurrence of A present in the string is at index 2. All right. Now what if I change this? So this is what I've mentioned. All right. Now for the same data, if I were to search A, if I were to search A in this is G4, right? I'm searching A in G4, and the starting number is after 2. All right, the starting number is maybe 2. So start number is 2 means after index 2 I'm searching it. So I'm again getting 2 because it is present at index 2. So if I write 3, I'm getting the second occurrence of A. All right, if I need the third occurrence of A, so I can write search find A. All right, and then in G4, and then this is 5. So starting from 5, I'm searching for the next occurrence. But clearly we can see that passing 5 over here is not the dynamic approach, right? This is the static approach. So to make it more dynamic, what can be done? I can utilize the nested search, and this was 4. So this is the, let's say, the simple operation of search. To make it nested search, how would I use the nested search? Means we can utilize functions like this in Excel. So nested search would be, let's say, search. This is going to be the second occurrence, right? Okay, let me add it over here. Let me add it over here, not there. This is search. I'm searching for the character A. All right, I'm searching for character A in G4, and let's say the starting number would be search and then A in G4. All right, so the first search is going to return 2, and then the second search is going to return the next value. All right, so I'm getting 4. So this is first occurrence. This is the second occurrence. This is the third occurrence, and this is again the second occurrence dynamically. All right, this is the second occurrence but dynamically. So what is the formula that I've used? This is the formula that I have utilized. So let me expand this. All right, this is the formula which is used. Now we have a very much similar function called find. Find is also used for the same purpose, but it adapts to the uppercase and lowercase, right? So for the same data, if I'm using find, the find text, I need to find A. All right, I need to find A, and then within text, so the text is present in G9. That's it. So it is returning 2. All right, currently it is returning 2. Now, so this is the first occurrence, right? This is the first occurrence. So for the second occurrence, what can be done? After G9, I can mention 3. And as we can see, I'm getting 4. But the third occurrence, let's observe the third occurrence. So this would be 5. So the third occurrence is at 8, right? Over here, the third occurrence is at 8. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. This is G9, and I'm searching for A. Yeah, so it is at 8. But over here, we are getting it at, I've written 5, right? And even over here, I've written 5. So the data is same, but the output is different. As you can see, find text within text and the start number. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. All right. So guys, as you can see, find is, let's say, considering only the lowercase. All right. So this is case sensitive. This is case sensitive. This is not case sensitive. This is the important difference, because the 6, it is searching the A at 6, but at 6 the A was uppercase. All right, so this is not case sensitive and this is case sensitive. All right, so over here I have let's say extracted the first, second, and the third occurrence. So guys, this is how we can utilize, let's say, the search and the find functions. Next we have substitute and replace. So over here we have substitute, and then we'll be looking at replace. So suppose over here I'm passing data science. All right, now in data science I want to substitute. See, I need to write the text, the old text, new text, and the instance number. So if I want to substitute, let's say A, see, the text that I wish to apply this on is present at G13. It is at G13. In G13, I wish to replace A with maybe, let's say Z, and the instance number would be 1. So replace first occurrence of A with Z. All right. So just observe this. So what is it doing? It is substituting first occurrence of A with Z. Now what if I were to write it like this? I'll just simply copy paste. Instead of 1, over here I'm writing 2. So now as we can see, this is replacing the second occurrence, right? So this is how I can utilize the substitute function. So replace a part of the string with another string. So next we have seen the substitute. Next let's understand replace. So this is how we have utilized the find. So I can use the formula text as well. All right, and this is normally this is 3 and this is 5. So this is the formula which we have used. And what is the formula that we have used over here? Over here I have written substitute. So see, I can write formula text, and for the formula text it simply returns the formula present in the cell. So this is H14. I can write it like this. So it returns the formula as well. Now let's understand the concept of replace. So for replace, over here what needs to be done? Suppose I'm using the string data analysis, or let's use data cleaning. Now in the data cleaning, if I'm writing replace, see, old text, start number, number of characters, and the new text. Old text is maybe A. All right, what is my old text? The old text that I wish to work with. Okay, so over here I need to write this would be G17, and the start number is maybe 3. All right, the number of characters is okay, start number is 2, start number is 3, number of characters is 2, and the new text that I wish to replace it with is, let's say, ZZZ and ZZ. All right, let's see the output. So guys, what is it doing? And let's understand this. What is this function implementing over here? So this is my data cleaning, right? This is what I've mentioned. Now starting from index 3 all the way up to 2 characters. So at index 3 the data information present was T. So I'm replacing 2 characters starting from index 3, and I'm replacing it with 5 times occurrence of 5 times repetition of Z. So this is how the replace function works. Means replacing few characters, limited characters, with completely different set of characters based on the index and the number of characters that we wish to replace. So this is the fundamental difference between the substitute and the replace. All right, so let me maybe define its meaning. So I can shift this somewhere else, and over here what does it imply? Replace. What am I going to replace? I'm simply going to replace, let's say, 2 characters starting from index 3 with 5 repetitions of Z. All right, this is what we have mentioned over here. So guys, these are the basic functions that we have used, that we have discussed: upper, lower, proper, length, trim, and then we have discussed search, find, substitute, replace. Now I'll show you concatenate, and then we'll move on to the important functions, namely left, right, right, and mid. So the next function that we have over here is concatenate. So as the name sounds, it is used to place 2 strings adjacently. So over here, suppose I'm having the first name and the last name, maybe Virat and Kohli. All right, so now how would I, let's say, concatenate them? So to concatenate them, what can be done? I can simply concatenate it like this. So I have to write concatenate. All right, and in concatenate text1, text2. So text1 would be C19 and text2 would be C20. So because I'm not using anything, okay, C19 and let's say D19, right? D19. So I'm getting Virat Kohli because I'm not using anything in the between as a delimiter. So maybe I can utilize space. So guys, as you can see, this is how the concatenation works. All right. So guys, now let's come to the three most important functions, namely left, right, and mid. So we have left, right, and mid. So to understand this, let's consider some examples. Suppose I'm having this first name and then I'm having last name. Okay, I'm having this name, right? So to understand functions left, right, and mid, we have to, let's say, apply some logic. These are the three functions that are used together. Means they can be used together in the sense that, let's say, to extract something from the left, we use the left. To extract something from right, we use the right. And to extract something from mid, we use the mid. All right. So for text data cleaning, they are often used together to separate, let's say, the left part, the right part, and the middle part. So first of all, I'll give you an example, and then we are going to understand this. Suppose I'm having this name. The name is Virat Kohli. All right. Now from this name, I need to extract the first name and the last name. So how do I proceed? So to extract the first name, right, over here, we have seen how the search works. We have seen how, let's say, the length works. To extract the first name, what can be done over here? I can simply write left. All right. And okay, first I'll show you the static approach. So over here, I'm having maybe, let's say I'm writing America. All right. Now, if I use left, if I were to use left, so left of maybe C23 and only 2 characters. So this means I'm extracting 2 characters from the left of C23. So I'm getting AM, right? And if I were to use right, right of, in the right, over here I shall be passing C23 and maybe 5 characters. So 5 characters from the right would be ERICA, or maybe just 4 characters. And if I were to use mid, अगर हम यहाँ पे mid का use करें, so in the mid, first of all, I need to pass the text, which is C23. Starting number is maybe 3, 2, and then maybe 4 characters. So from index 2, I'm fetching 4 characters. So this is MERI. All right. So these are simple examples. Now we can make this dynamic as well. We can make this dynamic as well. So that is where, let's say, some other concepts come into picture. So suppose I were to, let's say, I were to handle situations where I need to extract first name and last name from the given name. All right. So let's create such a data. So I'm having certain names, right? So maybe I'm having, let's say, Virat Kohli. Then I'm having, let's say, Mahendra Dhoni. All right. So I'm not writing the full name. All right. Or let's consider some other names, right? So I'm writing these names. These are the 2 names that I've written. Now to extract the first name and the last name, these are the examples that we can, for which we can utilize, let's say, the left and the right functions for. So I need to extract, let's say, the first name and the last name from the given names. So how do we utilize this? How exactly should we proceed? So to implement this, I can write length. I'll be writing left. What is my text? My text is present in C29. All right. And then I need to pass the number of characters. Now, if I were to pass it manually, so I know Virat contains 5 characters. This would give me Virat. But is this formula draggable? Would this formula be draggable if I drag it over here? Am I getting the correct result? No. So the formula is not draggable, right? So I should drop this approach. Rather, what can be done? I need to find the number of characters. Clearly, I can understand that the delimiter used over here is an empty space. Correct? The delimiter used over here is an empty space. So what can be done over here? I'll be writing search, and in the search, I can search for the space. So how do I search for the space? So where is the space? The space is present over here, right? This is where I'm searching for the space. What is within text? So I'm searching for the space within the text C29. All right, and the starting number is maybe 1, or I can skip this. So if I write if I write this, so it will search for the space wherever is space present. So space is present at index 6, so -1. So this gives me Virat. And now if I drag this, this will give me Hardik as well. So guys, just observe the logic. C29 is the string, and then what am I searching? I'm searching for the space, and then I'm writing C29. So I'm searching for the space in the name, and once I find the space, then I'm simply subtracting -1, because to the left of space -1, that is in the first name at index 6 -1, which is 5, I need to extract 5 characters. So this is how we can extract the first name. Now to extract last name, we can use mid, we can use the write function. So let's understand this concept using the write first. So I'm using write. All right. In the write, I need to extract text. Text is C29, and then the number of characters, right? So I do not know the number of characters. So what can be done over here? I can use length of C29. All right, minus search of let's say space, and within the text. So within the text would be C29. Within the text C29. So let's see how is it working. So the length of the string, let's say Virat is 5 characters, Kohli is also 5 characters. So this is 11 characters, right? So this is 11 characters including the space. So in the write, I have to pass number of characters. So 11, this is 11 minus 6, which is 5. So from the write, I need to extract 5 characters. This is how it is working. And I can drag it, let's say, to another name, and this is what it returns. All right, clearly we can see this is what it returns. So this works. Now, can we extract last name using mid? So let's try this. So over here, I'm using mid, and in the mid, let's say the text would be C29, and the starting number, let's say, would be search. And search would be, let's say, I need to search for space, and then within text would be C29, right? So this is where I have to start, let's say, extracting characters. And how many characters do I need to extract? So how many characters I need to extract? Again, this would be length of C29, all right, minus search of space, search of space in C29. All right, let's see, even this returns. Okay, this is my starting point, and yes, it works. So if I drag this, so now if I drag this, so this is L name using mid, all right, and this is L name using write, and this is the first name using left. So guys, this is how we have utilized these functions. So guys, we have another function which is text join. I'll show you this example as well. This is simply used to join the text. All right, so let's see this example, and let's say over here I can check this. This is text join. So if this is my data, suppose I'm having different city names. I'm having Delhi, Mumbai, all right, Noida. So if I were to join this, how would I join this? I can use text join, and in the text join, in this function text join over here, the delimiter that I'll be using is hyphen. Then I need to write true. All right, if it is an empty, I need to write true. And then where is my data present? The data is present from C34 all the way up to C37. So it will simply join them using the delimiter used. So guys, this is how it can be implemented, the text join function. All right, so guys, that brings us to the end of this session. So let's switch to the PPT. So guys, in this session, we have seen and implemented, we have understood how to utilize different text functions, and we have implemented a couple of them as well. So guys, in the next session, we'll be moving to the data validation and name ranges. Thank you.